So visually, the things that we need to do at this point are adjust our forward and back buttons to match our design. The arrows are a little bit different. You can see them right here. And also to hide this pagination. Now we've gone through the process of editing the forward and back buttons before, and I think this time will be a little bit easier because I believe there's a font awesome icon we can use instead of creating our own. And hiding this is actually pretty easy. I'm going to go to the Flexslider property page and I'll do a search for pagination. So PAGI. Okay, so we get this option that says create navigation for paging control of each slide. And it's set to true by default. We can see that this is the default column here. And so what we need to do is just set that to false. So we'll set control nav to false. I'll jump back to our code and we'll add a new parameter here. So it's control nav and we'll set it to false. Let's save it and jump back to the browser and our example and refresh. And now our pagination is gone. So now let's adjust the look of our next and previous icons. So I'm going to open up the Font Awesome cheat sheet to see if we have something there we can use. I'll pull it up here and I'm going to do a search for arrow. Okay, so it looks like FA circle arrow left and FA circle arrow right are pretty much identical to what we have in the design. So let's use those. I'm going to jump to our editor and let's grab the selectors that we were using in our previous slideshow overriding. So I'll go to our slideshow partial here. So the two selectors we were using before were flex direction nav and then the flex next before here, and then the same thing here. Okay, so now the way that this worked before is that we set some general styles on the flex direction nav A before. That's where we sent our font family, set the font size, the color, and the text shadow. And then we set the different content, that is the different icons we were going to use for previous and next in these two selectors here. So let's copy these three and see what we can do with these. I'm going to jump back over to our snippet slideshow partial, and we'll paste these inside of the snippet slideshow selector. Now this time, the font family is going to be Font Awesome, and let's remove the font size and color and text shadow for now. And then we need to adjust the content for the next and previous. So I'll go to the browser, and the next one is going to be this code here. Again, we'll copy everything between the X and the semicolon, and I'll go back to the code, and I'll paste this into the before content and add a backslash before. And then for the previous icon, let's remove the margin left. We don't know if we're going to need margin, and let's grab the correct icon here. So it's going to be the back icon right here. So we'll copy this, go over to our code, paste it in, add the backslash. Let's save this, jump back to the browser, and take a look at our example. Let's refresh. Okay, that looks surprisingly similar to what we want. I'm going to jump back to Photoshop just to see. Okay,